Presidential candidate Mitt Romney has unveiled who will join him in his race for the White House. Wisconsin Congressman Paul Ryan has been named as the party's vice presidential candidate after weeks of speculation, but things didn't go entirely to plan. Joining me now to discuss it, US politics expert Tom Switzer. Tom, welcome to you. Off the top, let's take a look at Mitt Romney's announcement.
Join me in welcoming the next president of the United States, Paul Ryan. Every now and then I'm known to make a mistake. I did not make a mistake with this guy. But I can tell you this, he's going to be the next vice president of the United States.
Clang. The crowd was silent just for that beat, wasn't it? It was
well, look, he has made a series of gaffes and missteps during the course of the last few months, and that fits a pattern. But I don't think one should overstate this. Believe it or not, 4 years ago when Barack Obama introduced his running mate, Joe Biden, he also introduced him as the next president of the United States.
Isn't that right?
That's a fact. He did correct it quicker than Mitt Romney did, but nevertheless, look, these politicians are under so much pressure, they make gaffes, and ultimately I don't think this will hurt him terribly, but nevertheless, it's a controversial pick.
There was also the comments in London that really didn't go over well for Mitt Romney. Is there a pattern here, and is it affecting his campaign?
Look, he's an unorthodox candidate. He's highly intelligent. He can be articulate on his day. He has a wealth of private sector experience. He had a reasonably successful record as governor of Massachusetts. But you're right, he has been bedevilled by these gaffes and missteps. But what he's done today, I think, is run this campaign trying to distinguish himself from the Democrats on an issue of how best to reform government so the country doesn't go bankrupt. In choosing Ryan, he has raised the stakes. He is saying to the Obama administration and the Democrat strategists, let's make this battle one of ideas and reforming government. Now, there are risks involved in that strategy. On the one hand, it helps boost the base of the Republican Party. Mitt Romney is not all that popular with the conservative base of the Republican Party. On the other hand, Ryan is. So this will help with the voter turnout, enthusiasm, grassroots support, donations. On the other hand, however, it does raise the issue of running a scare campaign. The Democrats will be very effective, I suspect, in running a scare campaign against Mitt Romney. They will say that Romney is all about cutting taxes for the wealthy, not protecting working families. You'll hear a lot about fairness in this campaign. So this is a battle of ideas, and this is ultimately a good thing for America and anyone who's interested in American politics.
What more do we know about Paul Ryan? He's young and he's handsome, and does he have a big profile in the US?
Not really. He is young, and he brings a lot of youth and energy to this ticket, but he's also a political grown-up. He's had 14 years in the House of Representatives. This is actually the first time a congressman, a member of the House of Representatives, has been on a national ticket since 1984, when Democrat candidate Walter Mondale picked Geraldine Ferraro. They got beaten in a landslide election defeat to Ronald Reagan. I don't think that will happen here. But nevertheless, it's a controversial choice because, as I say, it raises the stakes. It's now about how best to reform the government. And, you know, the Tea Party activists are very keen on downsizing government. That plays well with their base. But it's still not clear how middle America, at a time of widespread uncertainty and doubts about their country and the direction in which it's going, whether such an agenda will play well. In many respects, I think this is a bit like 1993 in Australia, when Paul Keating was an unpopular leader. He presided over high levels of unemployment and debt, and he was faced by a challenger named John Hewson, who ran a fight-back strategy, a radical economic reform agenda, very bold, that played well for the base of the Liberal Party, but ultimately Keating ran a very effective scare campaign against that bold agenda. I think we'll see more of that in this election in the next 3 months.
It's hard to sell new ideas to the public.
It is. I mean, mind you, at a time of widespread cynicism, when people all across the world are complaining that politicians don't care about ideas or policies, that it's all about sound bites, this is actually a very healthy thing. But they're risky and radical policy ideas that Paul Ryan is proposing. The jury is out.
We'll see. Tom Switzer, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it. Well, the US says